The Joy Perspective, the podcast where I share life's challenges, things I've learned through years of personal development, and help others shift their perspective and find their joy. I'm Lauren Valdez, and together we'll dive into how changing the way we think can unlock possibilities, spark creativity, and transform the everyday. Let's dive in.
Welcome to today's episode of The Joy Perspective. Today's episode, well, I'm coming to you in a tank top with my muscles showing, all to tell you that I make the rules. Today's episode is about giving myself grace in the middle of mess and letting life be life without letting it ruin me. So, what if your goals that you set could bend with life and not let it break you? Not let it make you feel like a failure, not let you feel like you let yourself down. In today's episode, I'm sharing a moment, a very recent one, where I broke my own rules. And in breaking my own rules, I didn't let it break me. I didn't let it ruin my streak or set me back or make me feel like a failure. I set a challenge for myself, you guys, to run a mile every day for the month under 12 minutes. And if I missed a day, then I had to make up that the next day. If I missed 2 days, then I had to make that up the next day, right? And that's the goal. Well, when life throws you curveballs and throws you things you didn't quite anticipate, what do? Sometimes we miss our goal or we miss the mark. And then we almost like self sabotage afterwards. We tell ourselves, like, you failed, you can't do it. Um, we sometimes set ourselves back. And for me, we had an all day in person event. We had students come. I was running all over the place. I had easily done over 30,000 steps, and my legs were killing me. Literally at the end of the night, I collapsed on my bed and did not even realize that my body could ache the way that my body ached at the end. Um, And there was no way. There was no way I was gonna pull off running that day or even the next day, and not even the next day after that. Um, and you know what? I was so fulfilled by that event and so fulfilled in the work and the effort that we put forward that I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna count all the running around that I did, although it wasn't timed and under 12 minutes, it counts. It counts for me. It counts as a mile, and I'm counting it as a mile. And you wanna know why? Because I make the rules. And I really felt this freedom come upon me when I realized, you know what? I'm gonna count it. Did I technically run a mile that day? No. Straight, I guess. Run a mile under 12 minutes. No, I did not. Did I still honor the spirit of my goal and the hard work? Absolutely. And so, in me saying I'm counting that as a mile, it's not me selling myself short. In fact, it's actually me giving myself credit where credit is due. An incredible event, tons of hard work put in, knees literally given out on me. No, not literally. But this episode, I hope, serves as a reminder to all of us to give ourselves grace, flexibility, and reclaiming your power by remembering you make the rules. If you make the goal, you also make the rules. I've had a lot of goals in my life that I didn't achieve on the timeline that I wanted. And like I said, I found myself like beating myself up. And it's hard when you're like, but my goal was to achieve X and I didn't get there. Well, the reality is there's so much that you did achieve, there's so much that you did progress on, and we lose sight of that. And instead we focus on like, well, I didn't do a mile under 12 minutes, so it doesn't count. And I say that's hogwash. Okay? That is just not true. You make the rules. Give yourself grace, flexibility, and credit where credit is due. When life gets messy, because you guys, it always does. It does. Your self worth isn't on the line, it doesn't define who you are. You can adapt without giving up. You can still make progress toward your goal without giving up. You can change the rules without quitting on yourself or selling yourself short. Let's talk about honoring our intentions and our humanity. My intentions of running a mile under 12 minutes was to make sure that I was exercising and I was putting in the effort and I was putting in the work. Well, guess what? Did I put in that effort and that work at that event? Absolutely. The humanity is life happens. I found joy. I remember at the end of the night when I snapped the picture that I posted on my Instagram to tag that mile as my 27th mile for the month of July. I snapped that picture and I was proud of myself because I accepted that I make the rules and I was going to count that as a mile for myself. Where in your life can you apply this same thing? What goal is it that you have set for yourself and can give yourself the flexibility to realize you make the rules? I hope that this episode reminds you to give yourself grace, be flexible, remember you're human. Because the moment that I said I make the rules was the moment that I stopped punishing myself for being a human, for life happening around me. And I hope you can do the same. So go find the joy, show off your muscles and the power that you have, because you make the rules.
Thank you for joining me today on The Joy Perspective. I hope this episode helped you shift your mindset and find a little bit more joy in your life. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Meet Lauren Valdez for more inspiration and updates. I'd love to hear your thoughts and connect with you. Until next time, keep shifting your perspective and finding your joy.